Hey everyone, I had a student ask a question about how the class is organized and the work that we're going to be doing. I wanted to make a short video tour of our system to hopefully address those concerns. In case anyone else had those concerns anyways, I figured I might as well make a video to share with everyone. So, before I get into this, I should also say, since we're only in our second week and we're on a new system, I'm not strictly enforcing my no late policy work just yet, so don't sweat it if things are confusing, but make sure that you figure out stuff in the next week, because eventually I do have to start enforcing that policy. So once you're in Brightspace, the course home should look like this. Let me switch to the student preview so that it looks more like yours. So up front, we've got our announcements, and then most important is going to be the calendar over here to the right, which is showing us our upcoming deadlines. So you should be able to click into that and it'll take you straight to something, which is nice for that individual assignment. But to get a little bit more context, go to the content menu, and there you'll see sort of everything, the whole class basically laid out in order. So the table of contents includes everything. Start here includes our basic welcome message, the basic things about this class. Course information has the stuff that is important to refer to when you need it, but you won't see a whole lot once you're into the class. Things like the syllabus. But a typical week, you're going to be in learning modules. So for example, this week in module 2, you should see this outline up at the top that's describing the sort of things that we're seeing. You'll also see a couple links, sometimes one link to a Khan Academy assignment. We'll come back to that in a second. And then some note saying this week we've got a timed quiz and a Khan Academy assignment. We're always going to have a Khan Academy assignment, and every other week we're going to have either a problem set or a timed quiz. So even number modules, we have a quiz. Odd number modules, you have a problem set. Now, the approach with a quiz is that it's kind of like a tiny midterm. And that way we don't have to have a regular midterm or regular final. We just have a few of these smaller things. They are kind of intense, but they're open book, open internet, no holds barred. Right? I'm not looking for, middle school rules where you're getting everything by the formula your teacher told you. I just want to see you get the answer. Now, you do have to show your work, but if you use the computer to do it, that's fine. If you do it by hand, that's fine. If you use outside resources, that's fine, as long as it's you doing, right? Don't pay someone else to do it. Don't get your classmates to do it. It's individual work, but it is open internet, and you can use whatever tools you want. I encourage you to figure out things like how to use a spreadsheet or R to answer these questions, because that's how you're going to do it in the real world. No one's going to ask you to do this on pen and paper. But if pen and paper works for you, then do pen and paper. So, typical week, you're going to see this information. We're going to have a playlist of videos that go through some of the big things. And you might want to augment this with some extra things, such as the resources you might find on Khan Academy, outside math books, right? So here we're talking about symbolic logic. You might just go down to your local library, find some basic math textbook, and poke through the chapter on symbolic logic. Let me grab a book. So I keep handy. I like this one. This is Carl Smith, The Nature of Mathematics. You can find a 2 or 3 old edition. I think this is the 12th, so you get the 10th edition for like $10 on Amazon. Got a chapter on symbolic logic. That'll give you a little bit more context about this. Or when you click into the Khan Academy assignments, those are going to drop you into a section, right? So here we're in a section on logic gates and circuits. We've got some assignments, but you probably want to go back and read this article to set yourself up for this, right? So logic gates is just a different way to represent the truth tables that we describe in a traditional symbolic logic section, but it's all amounts to the same thing, right? So look around in Khan Academy. That'll help here. I think, did I assign the same thing twice? I don't think I did, but whatever. So there is the Khan Academy part of this. Most of you are already in Khan Academy, but you should see notifications for upcoming assignments when you go here. or if you go to your homepage, there should be some connection to your class, our Fall 22 Eco 250, and that should also give you access to the assignments that we've got. Right? So like I said, every week we're going to have one or two things on Khan Academy, and mostly that's just about kind of keeping you on task, right? Keeping you engaged with the material, doing some simple practice stuff. Usually not terribly hard. The details on the grading I talk about in the syllabus, so check that out. But really the big thing is that it puts you into a part of Khan Academy where if you explore around there, you'll find any extra information to augment what we've got in the videos. All right, so that's one thing you want to do. That's probably the first bit of work you should do every week is the Khan Academy, because it's going to be a little bit easier. For the timed quiz, that is going to be a half hour, and it might be pretty intense. Some are easier than others. You'll kind of get a feeling this week, but you should have your notes prepared. You should have any helpful resources at hand because it is going to go fast, right? And of course, you want open tabs in your computer. You want to be ready to do this. So you do the quiz, and then once you're done the quiz, you submit this assignment, the show your work. So if you did it pen and paper, just take a picture with your phone, upload that photo into here or a couple photos. If you used Wolfram Alpha, share the links to the pages that helped you to solve the problems. Whatever the case is, I'm pretty agnostic about what counts as showing your work, but I want to see something, right? Like I said, this is a no holds barred thing. So I want to see that you figured out how to solve it, however that was, whether it was the traditional pencil and paper way or something more elaborate. If you do an R script, that'd be great. You could just upload the R script for this. And then other weeks, it's going to be a little bit more leisurely in terms of time. It's going to be some kind of a problem set. So next week, our problem set is going to be a little different than usual weeks. We're going to be doing some work in Excel or whatever spreadsheet software you want to use. So let's look at Module 5. We'll have a few questions, and I want to see you answer these questions. And again, if you do this in a non-traditional way, that's perfectly valid. But basically, you're going to figure out the answers, figure out how to get those answers, and then upload your work to here. And there, all I ask is make it clear what answer goes with what question. That makes it easier for me to grade quickly and to give useful feedback if necessary. So that's basically the work. That's basically the organization of this class. The stuff is in Brightspace, and then there's some other stuff in Khan Academy, right? So we are doing both. Most of our stuff is going to be laid out in the outline for each individual module, and we've got this playlist of videos that detail sort of the most important points, but around the Khan Academy links, you're of course going to find other stuff. This is actually a helpful thing also. In this case, the link goes to this page of a whole bunch of different things. You can see that it's highlighted. This is the assignment in particular for Module 5. But this stuff should also be showing up in your notifications on Khan Academy. Let me know if it isn't, but hopefully it is. So that's our class. It's hopefully a simple enough organization. But like I said, if you've got any questions, just open up Discord, find me in the 250 channel, and feel free to ask any questions, and I will talk to you in the future.